Let's Nightfall, episode 42, and this week's Nightfall is Sepiks Perfected. Another easy solo this week, guys, so if you are under light, get on in here, make sure to sparrow past all that beginning crap. The active modifiers are Arcburn, Small Arms, Juggler, Ironclad, and Daybreak. As far as setups go, for your subclasses, rock those Arc subclasses. I am on my Titan. I'm using Fang of Ute for my primary, an Arc Sniper, and an Arc Rocket Launcher. This is my setup: Striker Titans, Warlocks, you're on your Sith Lord, Hunters, you got double skip nades or whatever you're rocking. Be on that Blade Dance. Have tier 5 Intellect and Discipline if possible. And I got the Armamentarium Titans so I can get a second nade. And if you do have the Raid Gauntlets, throw those suckers on because you'll have heavy drop in left and right during the boss portion of this strike. So when you get into this first area, you're going to have some Hive fighting some Fallen. You're going to have two enemies that do arc damage. You're going to have the Wizard, which you saw me just take out, and you're going to have that Boomer down low right there. So be careful. A lot of this stuff that we're going to encounter in this first room is going to be able to do arc damage. We're going to have a ton of Boomers and a ton of Wizards that we're going to be taking out. So the first room can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. After clearing out the Hive, then I go and focus on the Fallen. You're going to have some snipers up top. Again, nothing too difficult, nothing too overwhelming. Once you clear them out, we're going to bust out our Ghost, and then we're going to hop up on the little catwalk above my head. If you don't have access to an Arc Primary, no biggie, just rock whatever your favorite one is, and then rock a exotic Arc Heavy. Something like Thunderlord would be great this week. So you're going to have a couple waves. For this first wave, you're going to have a ton of Thrall, and you're going to have a couple Boomer Knights. As you saw, I took out one Boomer right there on the left door, and then you're going to have a second Boomer come out the right door, and he's going to come down to the right side of the room. You're also going to have Acolytes. The Acolytes and Thrall are not a worry this week. You're just going to be focusing on Boomers and Wizards in this first room with arc damage on. They can do a lot of damage and get yourself killed fairly quickly if they're hitting you. These Thrall, the Cursed Thrall, the regular Thrall, they will pool up down below you, so just spam your nades down below. You don't have to worry about them pushing up on you because you're up top. Now, about halfway through this first wave, you're going to have some Thrall spawn out the door to my right up here on the catwalk, and here they come now, so just be aware of that. Use your super, spam your grenades as they come out, or use your primary, whatever it may be. It's only going to be a couple Thrall. It's nothing too overwhelming, but if you're not paying attention and they roll up on you, you can get killed. There's the second Boomer right there. He took his sweet time coming down, but that's the area he'll be in. He'll be on that right side of the room. So I killed the first Boomer. You guys saw me kill him as he was coming out of the door. He'll be over on the left-hand side of the room, and he'll stay on that side. And then the second Boomer, the right Boomer, he will stay on the right hand in. So once you clear out the enemies, you might have to push up at times if it's not transitioning. So you see right here how it hasn't transitioned to the second wave yet. It's because there's a lingering ad somewhere. So you might have to push up. So I'm pushing up a little bit. I'm trying to check it out. Okay, there's got to be a lingering Thrall or a lingering Acolyte. There he is right there. So if it's not transitioning to the second wave, and now we are, just push up a little bit. There's probably an ad in the back of the room hiding somewhere. So now we're on to the second wave, and this second wave has like 3 waves within it. This is the dangerous wave. You're going to have a ton of stuff that does arc. So for the first portion, you're going to have 3 Wizards. Use this container right here. You see how I'm head glitching this spot? Use that to cover yourself from the Wizards. They're all going to pull up on your left hand in. So you're going to have a Boomer up on the catwalk, a Boomer on your left, and a Boomer on your right. So just be aware of that. Again, use this container right here. It's going to give you plenty of cover. And the Wizards, they're going to pool up in front of you, down in that little down area, and they're going to pool up on your left. There's the second Wizard right there. They're all going to pool in that area. So just sneak on out, float a rocket, sneak back behind cover. Be careful, because these Wizards and Boomers can get you killed very quickly. As you see, I'm just sneaking out, doing some shots, floating a rocket, using primary to melt, going back behind cover. There's our left end Boomer right there. Now I'm going to be looking for the right hand Boomer. But as you dwindle down ads, more ads are going to be spawning. As you see right here, we got some more Acolytes, some more Thrall, and some more Boomers. And I almost get myself killed there because I was out of cover looking for the right hand Boomer, and some more Boomers spawn. Those Boomers are flowing down to the middle. We still have our right end Boomer somewhere, so don't forget about them. Just keep track. There's going to be 5 Boomers that you're going to have to kill during this second wave. We've killed 4 so far, so I got 1 left. I know it's the right hand Boomer because I haven't taken him out yet, and I think I just saw his feet. There he is right there. So the right end Boomer's always going to be in that little area. Sometimes he'll push up to the little room where my grenade's kind of flashing right now. So if you can't really find him, toss a nade in that little room. He could be kind of hiding in there. So here we go. So we've cleared out the wizards. We've cleared out the boomers. Now we just need to clear out some thrall. Again, you might have to push up to find these enemies. As you see, I came down to the ground. So after we clear out this part of the second wave, we are then going to have the thrall spawn up top, just like they did halfway through the first wave. They're going to spawn out of that door up on the catwalk. So again, be aware of that. Use your super, throw some nades, use your primary, heavy, whatever it may be. Well, be careful with heavy if you're using a rocket launcher. But there they are right there flowing out of that room. After you take out them, you see those thrall chilling up in the door up there. That is the next portion of this second wave. And with this, you're going to have a couple sword knights. You're not going to have boomers, so you don't have to worry about that. So you're going to have some major sword knights. You're going to have one on the left, and you're going to have one on the right. So I just took out the one on the left. You're going to have some cursed thrall and some thrall spawn. So there's the other hollowed knight right there. He's on the right. Again, they are sword knights, so as long as you're off the ground, you don't really have to worry about those bad boys. I'm going to do a slight fast forward here, guys. You'll still be able to make out what I am doing. If you see how that knight is still chilling up in that room, come down to the ground and push up a little bit. That will activate those ads, as there he is right there, as I almost killed myself with a grenade. Now I'm pushing up, going to use my smash, grenades, and primary to finish off our second major knight. After you take out the knights and you take out some of the acolytes, you are then going to have the majored wizard that spawns. Once you take out this major wizard, we will be able to move on. Just use your rockets in your primary. You'll be able to melt her very, very quickly. Hopefully you're not choking rocket shots left and right like myself. Try not to be on the ground though. Just come up to this spot so you can use cover, because there's going to be some cursed thrall that spawns. The last thing you want to do is fight her on the ground. And you'll see here, guys, with small arms on, you're going to absolutely melt her, especially if you have an arc primary. If you don't have an arc primary, totally fine. So we killed her, grids down, now we can move on. You can go back and scrouch some ammo if you want to in that big open area that we were just at, but it's kind of whatever. For this next area, just run on past. None of these ads do arc damage. You do have a little sword knight right here, but you can just use your super like I did, or simply just run on by. Do not even waste any of your time killing those ads. It's a complete waste of time. So here we are. Now we're on to our next area, this gigantic, huge open area. We're going to have to kill 2 of 3 ogres. Once we kill 2 ogres, then the door where we have to go will open and a bunch of fallen will flow on out of there, and then the hive and fallen, they will start fighting each other. Then we can sneak up the right hand into the room as I'm choking these sniper shots. Holy manoli. So here we go. So you're going to have ogre spawn. And here's our first one. We're going to be taking him out from deep. And like I say in every video, guys, take everything out from as far away as possible. Just be in this area that I'm at now. No point in pushing up whatsoever. You will have a hive ship overhead as well, so try to be in this area I'm at just so you're covered from those little void ball blasts, whatever the heck those things are. Now you will have a sword knight and an acolyte spawn out of the right hand area, and they will come to this building. Majority of the time they go up top on top of the roof, but sometimes they will push up on you if you are underneath. So be aware of that. Don't be too glued in and lose sight of the sword knight and acolyte that will spawn periodically to your right. Here's the second ogre right now. And now we're just going to finish him off with our primary. After you take out the second ogre, the door will open at the far other end of the room where we need to go. It will open, so now we can go to the next area. It will open, a bunch of fallen. As you see now, fallen and hive are fighting each other. That is giving me and you our cue to move up this right hand in. You're going to have some boomers and wizards in the middle. Don't worry about them, guys. Just run on past them. We're going to go up to this right hand in. Once we're in this right hand little area right here, now just survey, guys. Okay, we got the 2 hive traps in front of me. I'm going to take these out. Can I make my run? We got the attention of that wizard, so I'm going to back up. She does arc damage. Now be careful, because sometimes a thrall will come around. No other ads will come around though. Like a cursed thrall or a thrall will push into this area, but no other ads will. Okay, cool. We took out the wizard. We got a boomer right there. I'm going to take him out. Now we can just roll. You're really only going to have to take out that wizard, guys, because the Fallen and Hive are going to keep each other's attention. Now there's the third ogre right there shooting at me. Again, you only need to kill 2 to open up this area. Would not waste any of your time killing the third ogre or any of the other enemies in there. Kill only the enemies you have to kill. Once you have a clear running lane, like I did, I took out the wizard and the boomer, the dangerous enemies, and now we're rolling, and now we're on to the boss portion of the fight. No more hive. Now we just got a ton of fallen, though you have to be very, very careful with the captains, obviously, regardless of burns, especially the arc captains, as those suckers can one-shot. So what you got to do is you just got to clear out these fallen that are in prayer mode if you're unfamiliar with the strike. Once you do that, then Sepiks will come out of his little shell and we'll be able to do some initial damage. Once we do initial damage, then he'll transition to his first shield, which is Arc, the most dangerous, then Solar, second wave, then third wave is Void. Okay, he's transitioning. We're going to bust over to this room, and this is where we're going to live and die. I always like to check down low because sometimes the captains will spawn down here, so they haven't quite spawned yet. So now they're spawning. Let's see. And lo and behold, they're both down here. So you need to be very careful, as I almost got killed by his arc cannon. Be very, very careful, guys. They will spawn the captains down low sometimes, and then they'll come up the steps into that little room that we're going to be using. So there we go. We're doing our shot on Sepiks Perfected. His shield is down. Now we will be able to do some damage. Once we do enough damage, then he's going to transition to his second phase, which is going to be Solar Shield, and more captains are going to spawn. You're going to be moving through these phases very, very quickly, guys. I do not want to be down here when he transitions to his second phase. I want to be in this room right here. So here we go. We're just going to do some damage from the window. Don't worry about Sepiks. He could squeeze a shot through every once in a while, but majority of his shots are going to get blocked, though. I just got hit right there. So now we're already in the second phase. Again, checking down low first. There's one of the captains. He spawned down low, but I know he's going up the opposite staircase. Always check down low first because this game tries to juke you and have ads come up behind you. If there's no ads down low and no captains, that's telling you they're both up top, and you can see them both right there. And I'm just floating rockets, floating nades, going to use my super. Once we have those captains down, be very, very careful moving out. There's going to be a ton of ads, and even though they don't do arc, they're still going to do a ton of damage. There we go. We got Sepiks' second shield down. Now I'm rotating back to the room. All of his teleport spots you're more than likely going to be able to see from this area. The only one you can't see is when he's really far. That's when you can rotate down low, which you saw me doing for first damage phase, and you can shoot him from down there, but just don't be down there when he transitions to his next shield, because those captains can both spawn down there and you can get wrecked very, very quickly. As you see, guys, he's teleporting around. We're doing our damage from the window. You don't have to really worry about ads coming up on you. The only time you need to worry about ads coming up behind you is when he transitions to a next phase. That's why we're always checking down low first. He's almost to the third phase. Once he transitions, then we're going to go down low. So there we go. He's transitioning. He's got his third shield up. Now we're rotating down low. There's one captain right there. We're going to take a look. He's going up the opposite staircase, just clearing out some ads. I'm looking to see the other captain. I don't see any captains. Okay, cool. That means they're both up top now with the rest of the ads. So now we're rotating back to the room. There's one captain in the far right, and there's a captain in the front left right there. I'm going to spam nades, rockets, primary, whatever it may be. I'm going to clear out some of these ads to make our running path to these cannons a little more friendly. If you're not ready to roll out, say you kill both captains, Sepiks will spawn more captains and more cannons. So if you kill both of them, but there's too many ads, you don't really want to push out, you're really weak health-wise, or you're under light, that's fine. Just chill out, clear out the ads, more cannon captains will spawn. But if you take out both captains, make sure to check down low again because they could be spawning behind you. So there we go. We've taken out his third shield as this ad randomly teleported behind me. I have no idea where that drag came from. Now we're just trying to get eyes on Sepiks. I can't see him. That tells me he's in his back teleport, so I'm going to roll down low. Be careful when down here, though, because when Sepiks is in his back teleport where he is right now, he's going to have a much clearer sight line to you, and he's going to be able to shoot you a lot easier. So just be careful. Be strafing back and forth just to make sure you're not getting hit straight on by his attack. And there we go. We've done it. You've done it. Super easy this week. Only things you kind of have to worry about is that second wave in the very first room with those wizards and boomers. Make sure you're peeking out of cover, floating a rocket, getting back behind cover, spamming those nades, spamming that primary. For the Sepiks encounter, all you got to really worry about is those captains possibly spawning down low and coming up from behind. So that's why with every new shield, every new phase, go down the back steps, check. Are the captains there? Yes, they are. Spam nades, spam rockets, use your super. Are they not there? Okay, they're back up top. Let's rotate back up to the room, take them out, clear out some ads when you feel comfortable, roll out and get that cannon, then take Sepiks' shield down, then rotate back to the room, and then just find him as he's teleporting around the room. Hopefully this video was helpful, and hopefully it helps you get it done this week, guys. Have a good one. See ya.